looking into the business is 25% EBITDA and 25% ROC. So we're pretty much in line with what we had expected. And again, if you see what the organization is doing is basically while growing the base business, also investing in the future businesses in terms of innovative assets, consumer health, and biosimilars. So in line with the investments that we continue to make while we drive the productivity on the existing business, we are able to deliver the EBITDAs that's in line with the guidance that we have.
Give us an update on the Revlimid contribution. How was it in the quarter? And the street was expecting a slowdown here in terms of revenue recognition. So how was the Revlimid contribution?
So Revlimid continues to be meaningful for us in the quarter that has passed by. Of course, for the quarter, as you would see that the contribution from Revlimid is lower. In spite of that, we have been able to grow the business thanks to both the new product that we're launching as well as the volumes. So Revlimid has contributed and will continue to be meaningful for the next couple of quarters.
Any reason why the contribution has come down for Revlimid?
Nothing as such. No particular reason.
US markets, you've grown better than the base. At least the base numbers have grown well. Can you give us a sense of the kind of pricing environment that we saw in the third quarter? Because last quarter when we spoke to you, you said that pricing pressures are bottoming out. So what's the scenario as of now?
So pricing pressure continues to be moderate. And I would not say anything exceptional in the quarter that has passed by. Actually, the growth is driven by our ability to grow the volumes as well as the new product launches.
And how was the volume growth there in the US business?
So continues to be healthy.
Give us a sense of the Sanofi portfolio integration. Where are we on that?
That has gone pretty well. Thanks to the support that we have received from Sanofi and the internal capabilities that we have been able to nurture over the years of working with multinational companies and integrating the businesses to the core business that we have been able to actually integrate and grow the portfolio well. And I do see that this has contributed meaningfully to the India business.
And if you can give us an idea of the kind of contribution that has been added in the quarter from Sanofi alone to the top line?
So it has added a couple of 100 basis points to the growth of the business because we have both the base growth as well as the growth that is contributed through the in-licensing of portfolio. And Sanofi has definitely contributed meaningfully for us, for India. For the quarter that has passed by.
You did a major acquisition of the NRT portfolio, which is a nicotine replacement therapy business. Has it been integrated, and what kind of contribution have we seen in the third quarter?
So if you would have seen, so this is contributed. So the integration has happened, and over the next several months, we would be having a phased approach in terms of how the business would move from current owner to Dr. Reddy's. So in terms of the contribution, it has contributed about 600 crores to the top line of the Euro business in the third quarter.
Sir, it's contributed around 600 crores, you said, but once the integration is fully done, what could be the contribution that will come into the top line from the NRT business?
So this is the current size of the business. You could expect that we will continue to have the integration in the other quarters as well. And currently the business is a single-digit growth business. And once the integration happens, we also expect to grow single-digit.
And how are the margins placed once that integration happens? Will there be any pressure on the margins, or will it be accretive to margins?
So it should be accretive to Dr. Reddy's.
Um, Global generics, you've grown the US business by 1% YOY, but I think it's fallen 9% quarter on quarter. How do you see the business environment there, and what kind of growth there can you expect in 2025 in that market?
So what we had said as far as the US business is concerned still holds good, which is you have the base business growth, which is where you have on the positives the volume growth, the growth coming in because of new products, and then you have the pricing pressure. So we should expect single digit growth over there. And from time to time, what we should expect is upside story. We've had a couple of them in the past, whether it is Suboxone, Icopacent, currently lenalidomide, which has been a super upside. So single digit growth on the base business and continue to work on potential upsides as they come along.
You did 3 launches in third quarter. If you can give us some idea of the kind of launches that's expected in 2025 or Q4 and fiscal 26.
So what we look forward for the US is anywhere between 15 to 20 launches. So I think the way in which the portfolio is shaping up, we should expect a similar sort of a launch as we move into the next year.
Biosimilars pipelines, means it's a growing pipeline and you're investing in it as well. Where are we on it, and how do you see the progress coming in here?
So you would have seen that the last quarter we got the European approval for rituximab. We had in the last quarter done the deal for denosumab. We have filed a product both in US as well as in Europe. We continue to work on our internal pipeline. So at this point of time, it's a combination of our internal pipeline versus and complementing with the pipeline of our partners.
Sir, in Q3 we saw your R&D expenses coming off marginally to 8%. You've been in the 9 to 10% level. How do you see R&D expenses? Is it one-off that you have brought it down to 8%, or it's a it's a conscious call to moderate it at that level?
So we are investing. If you take our R&D, both in terms of complex generics, biosimilars, differentiated assets, we continue to invest because this is core to our growth. So I would say that maybe in a quarter you would have seen a little lower, but our investments into R&D continue.
How are you looking at the cash positions? Are you still open to doing for the inorganic growth, especially in areas where you see future growth coming in? And which are the areas that you would be looking at?
So definitely, I think cash position, as you know, we are on a positive side. So obviously, we have the ability to invest. BD is one of the growth levers for us, and our interest to invest largely would be India as a market. Apart from that, interest would be to look at opportunities to bring in more innovative assets, consumer health, and biosimilars. So these would be the areas of any BD investments going forward.
In the emerging markets, sir, Russia has been the traction has been good there. Can you give us some idea of the kind of growth that you see in the Russian market, and is it back to the pre-war growth or revenue rate?
So Russia continues to grow well, and what we've also seen is we've been able to work with partners, and we also have in that growth the products that we had licensed in from Novartis. So we do see that the market is growing. It's a combination of price and volume, and being a reasonably strong player in Russia, we continue to grow with our portfolio as well as our partners' portfolio.
And I hope, is there any payment issues which are coming in from Russia because of the sanctions?
No, I don't see any payment issues.
My final question, sir, on your Hyderabad facility, if you can give us an update on the observations, and by when do you see this getting resolved?
So you're talking about the facility inspection at CTO.
Yeah.
We have received the observations and we have also responded as per the stipulated time.
And is there a timeline by when you see some kind of go ahead and resolution coming in from there?
We're expecting to hear back from the FDA.
So domestic market has been growing well for you. You've been growing ahead of the growth for domestic market. How do you see that growth happening in 2025 calendar year?
So if you take domestic marketing, it's been, let's say, driven by growing our existing brands, but also India being a focus point on innovation. We've also been able to license in and launch innovative assets and also bring in certain products which are required for the Indian market, which we had developed internally. The second area of growth is the consumer health, and you have seen that in the last quarter we have got the Nestle JV up and running, and then the third area would be in terms of digital therapeutics. So last quarter we have seen the launch of toripalimab. It is a product for a significant unmet need in nasopharyngeal carcinoma, significant improvement in terms of the progression-free survival compared to the chemotherapy today, and also a product that we launched in for constipation, Pixibat. So India will be two levers, I would say. One is continue to grow the existing business, and then on top of it, innovation in the form of innovative assets, consumer health, that should continue to drive, and our aspiration continues to be in the top 5.
What's the feedback that you're getting from on the Nestle JV? And are there any further launches that have happened from that JV?
So the feedback has been good from all of the stakeholders of two companies that are focused on bringing in innovative products for the patient's needs. There are several products that we have in terms of the pipeline to bring into the market, and we should expect more launches as we go into the next few quarters.
Sir, while NRT is currently focused in the European markets, do you plan to bring those products to the Indian markets as well?
So NRT today has got sales both in Europe as well as in emerging markets. There are certain important markets where it is not present, but we do have a presence. So we're obviously studying how might we consider bringing NRT into those markets.